Very good morning to all of you. In today's lecture of mine of Business Communication, Unit 3, I'll be focusing upon a very interesting topic, and that is Internet. Internet and the world of Internet, and what is Internet Protocol, browsing for aspects, and also how are you going to search the Internet. To begin with, what do the very first thing comes to your mind the moment you say internet? Internet is a kind of a thing that is going to connect you to the world wide web and is going to connect a particular person sitting in India to the other parts of the world also. So basically to say that internet is a kind of a procedure or a process by which a particular person is able to communicate his or her feelings not only onto the particular proxemics of the country specific itself, but to the outside world also. With the latest advancement of techniques and with the new evolution of techniques, the world of internet has really crossed its boundaries. Let us begin with the aspect. Uh, what is internet? Internet is a global system of interconnected computer network that uses Internet Protocol Suite (TCP oblique IP) to communicate between the networks and the devices. See, basically, it is a interconnected form of computer networks, networking of a computer in such a manner that each and every information, like in my previous lecture, I told you the importance of information and how it is to be used and how it can be assessed. So, based upon that, the particular thing has been done at large. So, to begin with, we can say that it is the network of networks that is consist of private, public, academic, business, government network of local, global scope linked by the broad array of electronic, wireless, optical networking technology. See, the concept is that to connect the people from the private sector to the public sectors to the academicians to the business people to the government, each and every people are being connected in such a manner that the information will now be circulated. The information cannot be constituted to a particular person and or you can say to the particular people, but it is being now being shifted at large to the other peoples also. To begin with, the internet carries the vast range of information sources and services, such as interlink between the hypertext documents, applications, the World Wide Web, electronic mails, telephony, and file sharing. Excuse me. So basically, the concept is that internet carries a vast range of information resources. That means that there are various terminologies of internet that can be used to communicate an information from one person to another person. Like in my previous point, only I told that now your information cannot be vested into few hands. If you say that I want to assess my result, so with the help of internet, your university or the college to which you actually belong can publish a website, and everything is there on the website of the particular college. You can assess very easily by connecting yourself to the world of internet. The origin of internet date back to the development of packet switching and research commission by United States of Department of Defense in 1960 to enable the time sharing of computers. See, basically, it is the concept of packet switching that was being developed by United States of Department of Defense in the year 1960 that gave the birth to your particular internet component. The primary precursor of network was ARPANET, initially served as a backbone of interconnection of regional academy and military works in 1970s. The funding of National Science Foundation Network was a new backbone in 1980s. So basically, what is happening? The network, or you can say what is now being referred to as a podium to connect people or the network aspect of it. ARPANET was the very first concept which was being given by your particular people of United States of Defense. Then the evolution came, and the concept of New Science Foundation Network came into existence in 1980. In the year 1990, marked the beginning of transmission to the modern internet and generated the sustained exponential growth as generation of institution personal informations numbers are now being connected. So, in the year 1990, the new concept of internet came into existence, and as a result of that, what happened? Uh, the component of networking, which was earlier ARPANET and all, have now, or and then it switched to National Science Foundation Network. It automatically evolved in the year 1990, and that marked the beginning of your particular modern internet era. When the term internet is used to refer the specific global system of interconnected internet protocol network, the word is a proper noun according to Chicago manual style that should be written with an initial capital letters. See, uh, basically, like in my later on of my slides, I'll be telling you that what exactly is internet protocol. But internet protocol is going to give a particular substance to the particular net. It is actually the address of a particular computer or a particular laptop or a particular device onto which the particular internet facility is being connected. And since, according to Chicago Manual and Style, Manual of Style, it is a proper noun, so it must be written in I and P as a capital initials. So in the earlier slide, we discussed about the concept of internet, and now we are just switching on to the next aspect. The term internet and World Wide Web are often used interchangeably in everyday speech. In common speech, going on internet when we are using the web browsers or to view the pages. However, World Wide Web or web is the only one of the large number of internet service. The web is a collection of interconnected documents. See, students, don't get confused with internet and World Wide Web. Basically, in our day-to-day common language, when we say that okay, we are just searching the net, then we mean to say that we are searching the World Wide Web. So it is in common speech that we use this particular term. But in but to be very very specific about the concept is that the World Wide Web or the web only is one of the large number of internet services. It is one of the internet services on the basis of which your particular site will be opened onto your web browser. Web browser, like I told you in my previous lecture also, that it is a kind of an application onto which your particular site will be opened. Excuse me. Then the term internet is a kind of a thing that is going to help you to get a kind of, you can say, an information not only from the country specific but from the other parts of the world. And your World Wide Web is a kind of a service of internet, and internet in turn is a kind of a connective network of computers or the mainframe computers to link your academics, to link your government, to link your private public and the other parts of the world also. So it is an interconnected facility of the your computers, so that the information will now not be vested into few hands. Talking about the history of internet. Now, like I've told you that the history of internet began with the concept of ARPANET and all. Let us have a quick review of the history aspect of it. Please have a seat while I'm reviewing the internet history. So it is basically we are now going to review the aspect of internet history in the history of the internet. In the year 1958, United States government created an advanced research project agency, which later on responsible for ARPANET and the internet. So in the year 1958, the United States of government of has created the component of advanced research project, something that is going to connect the entire world, which later on became the aspect of internet. In the year 1961, Leonard Klenock writes, information flow in large communication nets. Information flow in large communication net. A PhD thesis of Mashot Institute of Technology. This thesis is first step towards establishing the packet switching, which is basis of a future net. Now, what is this packet switching? If you just have a particular view of what is packet switching is like if you just SMS, if when you do the SMSs and all, it's a kind of the information is contained in that particular packet, and then by your wireless networks or the things which you cannot see, it is all stored on a particular platform, and from there the switching of that thing is being done. So basically, to add on to it, in 1961, Leonard Klenock writes information flow in large communication nets. That is the thesis aspect of its PhD and all. That it is the very first step. 19, in the 1961 in the year 1961, the aspect of information flow in large common nets was the very first step towards the development aspect of your internet. In the year 1962, the earliest form of electronic mail comes into existence to provide by the automatic digital network, that is Autodem. So, in the very first time, for the very first time, in the year 1962, the electronic mail comes into the existence. The concept of your email and all came into the existence. That was be provided by your automatic digital network. In the year 1964, Paul Baran, Paul Baran compiles a series of reports titled "On Distributed Communication: Introduction to the Distributed Communication Networks" for the United States Air Force project plan (R&D). This theory proposed distributed networks that would be sent data in pieces across many routes rather than to one. So, in this particular aspect, what Paul Baran did, he composed a particular report onto which it is said that the component, or you can say the distributed network, will not only go to a particular aspect only, but it will cover the large areas. In the year 1967, Dr. Lawrence Roberts writes multiple computers, network, and interconnected connections, which help in define the ARPANET concepts. In the year 1969, ARPANET is being formed out of the need of redundancies in communication to defend against the nuclear attack. So, in the year 1969, the concept of ARPANET was being developed just to defend from just to defend the country from the nuclear attacks and all. In the year 1971, the first network computer virus, Creeper, infects ARPANET, written by BBN programmer named Robert Thomas. It was intended as an experiment in self-replicating software. See, everything is being introduced for the very, very first time. But to check that whether any kind of virus, if in near future, it affects the thing, how will the things go in at random? So what happened that in the year 1971, the first network of computer virus, that was Creeper, was being infected the concept of your ARPANET and all, and then it was being checked and all that how it has to be rectified. In the year 1974, the word internet first appeared in print media in TARPA published. request for comments document on TCP and IP. Uh, it's basically a protocol aspects. So a new set of communication and network protocol for managing data transmission from one from onto the new system. TCP and IP is still an integral component of the present day communication. What is TCP and IP? If you just when you just type onto your word towards the left hand side on the lower bottom, it is being said that TCP oblique IP 192 colon something like that. So it is actually managing the data of a particular site onto your web browsers in such a manner that everything can be explored at an ease and convenience. 1976, Queen Elizabeth of England became the first head of state to send email. Jimmy Carter followed the suit and emailed several times while campaigning. So, in the year 1976, the first concept of email or the first email was being sent by the Queen herself. In 1981, the Computer Science Network or CSNET created the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Computer science professor Lawrence Landwehr and succeeded in connecting many universities as well as international computers network to each other, as well as bringing the nationwide attention to the benefits of networking. Now, from here, the concept of your networking came into existence in the year 1981. Then, in the year 1981, your in the University of Princeton, Madison, the professor Lawrence Landweber, for the very first time, used CSNET, a kind of a computer science networking aspect, to connect the entire universities and the international computers in such a manner to bring that okay, this is the real advantage of networking and all to function at large, developing a kind of an authority. In the year 1983, the domain name system, that is DNS, was invented. In the nation signed the foundation, that is NSF, was in funded construction. ARPANET biggest upgraded. In the year 1985, the ARPANET was being upgraded one more time. In the year 1986, the concept of NSFET goes online for the very first time. That is the foundation networking aspects. In the year 1989, the Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web using the hypertexting, that is the hypertext protocol, that is HTTP. HTTP, I'm sorry for that, HTTP, and the hypertext markup language, that is HTML. It becomes the primary medium on global internet based on the communication of years. So the concept of HTTP, that is hypertext transfer protocol, and the concept of HTML, that is the language of computers, it became as a kind of a component of web browser for the very first time in the year 1989 only by Tim Berners-Lee. In the year 1990, Tim Berners-Lee invented HTML and text browsing as well as hypertext graphical interface, that is GUI browsers. It is basically a kind of a supplement for your World Wide Web and all. In the year 1991, NSF commercialized enterprises of the internet for the very first time. In the year 1993, W3 catalog became the very first World Wide Web engine. In the year 1994, Jeff Bezos founded Amazon. In the year 1995, NSF seized the funding of internet altogether, and the concept was that the Java, it was the first release of Java was being made on that particular aspect of its. In the year 1998, Google opened his first office. I'm using the word his just to personify that particular thing. In the year 2001, Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger founded Wikipedia. Okay, you must be very happy to know that the concept of Wikipedia, one of the most important and one of the most solid site, was being founded by Jimmy Wales, and Larry Sanger. See, students, these terms are very, very important, and these are going to not going to come in your exam, as they are not going to ask that what is going to be happening in 1991 or something like that. They will ask you the aspect of history of internet as a whole. So that is why I'm just explicating each and every aspect to you in detail. Uh, then in 2004 and 2005, Facebook was being launched in December 2004. You almost be well versed with that. In 2006, Google CEO Eric Schmidt introduced the term cloud computing. The cloud became another synonym for internet soon thereafter. 2007, mobile and smartphone technology were being commercialized. In 2008, Google Index research 1 trillion URLs. Google launched Chrome. Spotify launched. Apple launched app stores. Dozen of space images transmitted and into the NASA Sciences and Spacecraft. So in 2008, your remarkable things came into existence. That is the Google indexing came into existence. Your Google Chrome was being launched. The application of Apple has been launched for the very first time in the year 2009. Mobile data traffic exceeded the voice traffics. In the year 2010, the number of registered domains of research 2000 million and all came into existence and all. In 2011, the number of internet users reaches 2 billions. World Wide Web users breaks the record of your 2.4 billion. 2013 and 2015, more data was being made. 2016, Donald Trump victory on US presidential elections claimed to be the premise of a huge digital campaign. So in 2016, your Donald Trump came into existence, and the concept behind his victory was the digital campaigning on investment. 40% of the global internet was being used over there as a live streaming. So that was an aspect of your 2016 internet, and the world of internet is still upgrading day by day, and we are now into 2020, and we are experiencing a lots and lots of changes in 2020. Internet has evolved and is evolving day by day at a continuous pace. Just to replicate it one more time, I just made the concept of internet one more time. I just mean to say that is that in that why I have repeated this particular thing, that in 2009 the mobile trafficking, and in 2010 the because the aspect or what the concept was, that from the year 2009 to 2016, everything has been evolved and is being evolved at large. If you just have a look in the previous slide of mine, I have told you that Donald Trump victory was an aspect of it. But if you just have a look at in 2009 and 2010, that what exactly happened was that if you just that the concept of 4G was being launched in by the US. The Skype, the Google Plus was being launched with an aspect of 2 billion and all. The NASA Curiosity rover check was also being made in 2012. So basically, what is happening, that from the year 2009 to 2016, the concept of internet has evolved drastically, and it is still being a kickstart for many of the things. And as you can see that the crowdfunding became popular, or the startups became popular in the year 2009, just with an evolution of your internet and all. Now, let us have a quick review of what is the importance of your internet. See, students, these days, the importance of internet has been used for a numerous of things, and you use internet so often, or you use the internet concept so often, that you cannot say that okay, I don't have information of anything, because internet is a kind of a thing that has created uh, a kind of a component or a kind of a process by which you can connect directly to the world of net, and just by exaggerating on the aspect, you can connect to the people at large. Now, the importance, the very first importance is of that of news. Importance of internet in media and journalism is undeniable. It facilitates accurate and timely reporting of news. Most people today get their daily, even hourly news from internet itself. Online presence of traditional media outlets make it easy to assess the factual news. E-newspaper, online magazines such as tuko.co.ke uh, also is an update of news faster. Traditional newspapers that takes at least a day during the printing process. See, uh, the concept of news has changed a lot. You say that whenever you are in a particular situation, say for example the situation of COVID, which has been happening in these days, uh, how do you know, how do you actually come to know that okay, these are the number of students, or these are the number of people who are being infected at large? So it is just based upon your internet aspects or the internet facility that you will be able to judge that okay, this is the amount of which is a kind of a quantum of the news that is going to be beneficial for us. So basically, the transformation of news from the traditional newspaper have now been shifted from the traditional reading of the newspaper to the e-news aspect. See, the concept is that students that these days what is happening, that internet has exaggerated the point so much that e-newspapers have lifted the component of and the content facility of a particular news at large. Entertainment. Now, if you just have the aspect of internet, the concept of YouTube, the concept of Netflix, the concept of Facebook's video blogs or anything like that is a source of internet. Basically, internet is going to provide you the world of entertainment at large. You open any site, you open any of the site, you can name any of the site like YouTube, you can open Netflix at particular net of yours, you can use Facebooks, you can use Twitter handle, your Instagrams and all are all being connected to the internet aspect because of these the internet quantum. Earlier, the aspect of the aspect of entertainment was movies, or you can say those kind of you can say going to the particular parks and all, or having fun by just discussing the aspect with your grandparents and all. But with an evolution of internet, see, I am not saying that internet is a bad thing, but internet has some disadvantages also because the concept was that internet has changed the methodology of thinking. The concept of entertainment, which was earlier talking to the grandparents and listening to their stories and all, have automatically shifted to the web series, your Netflixes and all. So it has changed at large. Communications. Internet plays a vital role in ensuring that people are stay in contact regardless of the physical barrier. See, like in your particular communication itself, you must have read that the basic barrier of vertical communication is noise. Now, see, noise is an internal as well as the external factor. But if you think that noise is really going to harm you or is going to harm you, the internet is going to serve you as a kind of a medium by which you will be able to get through the people at large just by satisfying their needs. Connecting with friends and family. You will be able to connect with your friends and family at large by using your nets because you are now being shifted. See, earlier the concept was that you were supposed to write the letter to your parents, or you were supposed to write an email to a mail concept to your parents that you are okay and all. But with an evolution of your internet, you can directly make a chat with your net, with your WhatsApp videos and all, or you can just click on your Facebook and all, just make a chat of it. So your friends and family, which earlier were not being connected to you for years and long, are now being connected to you with an evolution of internet. So internet has proved to be a blessing in disguise. Advantages of internet. So there are particularly some advantages of particular internet. To begin with the advantages, the source of information. It is a very good source of information. You can have the n number of information sources by using your internet and all. Sources of entertainment. I have already told you the aspect of it. Keep informed. You are being kept informed by of various products of various services, of various things, of various conditions that is being occurring in these kind of situation, like you can say in your country specific and all. You're being informed by your internet aspects only. Online shopping is very very crucial. See, students, the thing is that these days, just because just with an advent of your this particular COVID-19, the online shopping or the concept of online has become a kind of a necessity for each one of us, because now what we are doing is that we are buying everything online, we are getting everything online, and we are being so much so used to it that we feel that okay, it is very convenient, and it is just happening just because of internet, your PayPal and all, or you can say your these Amazon, or you can see that those things like Myntra and all. They are just selling the things at large to the people on your online shopping efforts. Now, just like there are some advantages, there are particularly the disadvantages also. Like in this particular cartoon of yours, you can just see that people are much more concerned of internet than their basic necessity. The basic necessity of people is not water, but now internet. The moment the internet connection of your particular mobile got tips down, you just become baffled. Okay, why this happened? Okay, how should I just go and buy somewhere from a piece of internet and all? So a waste of time. Most of the people argue on spending much of a time on internet. See, students, the concept is that you all must be. I don't think so that many of you will be agreeing with me. But the aspect is that if you watch internet daily without creating or without having a gap, as per the research, it clearly shows that it is going to create a mental block into your mind, and when that mental block will be there, you won't be able to connect to the world in reality. And many a times it is seen that many of the people believe that okay, there is a virtual world also. So the virtual concept is very nice, but as they say that excess of everything is bad. So the same goes for your internet also. It wastes a time a lot. Not safe place for children. It is not at all safe for us children, because uh, this can be explained to you by n number of series of examples. You can just see these days that the concept of depression, the concept of uh, those thefts, those stealings, those burglaries, or those killing of someone, or just pushing someone, or hurting someone, or those treacheries, the deceit and all. Children have learned everything. The child of today is not the child of yesteryears. In the yesteryears, what used to happen was that child, though I'm not talking about the age of Ramayana and all, but I'm talking about the age of, say, your parents, or you can say the age of your grandparents. Even I at times also feel that okay, the thing has evolved so much that the connection of children with the parents, or with the grandparents, have just gone hayward because of the aspect of internet. And it is not a safe place of children for the children, because at times internet is going to show you that thing of which you are unaware of, and children find it a very fantasy thing. So now the aspect of child lock is there, the aspect of protecting your sites and all, or blocking or your sites on also there. But as they say that for everything you have an option, children have different options for going on internet. So it's really not safe for children. Privacy exposure, like your content, your IP address, like I'm going to tell you in the later part of the slide, that what is the IP address and all. The privacy exposure is going to be a very very important issue, because as far as the hackers are being concerned, money frauds are typically being made on your internet viruses and malwares, online threatening and harassment are all being a disadvantage of internet at large. Then again, the aspect of waste of time. See, why I have just actually the concept was that I have just made the duplication of the service of this thing is that just to promote this particular ad of mine, the internet burglary. The internet burglary, or the viruses, or you can say the fraud, has evolved so much. See, I myself have been trapped many a times in these frauds and all, because the thing was that I made an online payment, and I don't know that by what and by what of my address they just got a thing, and they just communicated me that my particular good amount from my account has been taken off. So basically hackers, or you can say the people who are harassing internet by using those internet services and all. See, you all must have heard about the concept of your blue whale game and all. Blue whale game is a concept, is a kind of a concept which was being devised and developed by many of the hackers to just induce you to kill yourself at the final stage of the game. So it is, though you can say that there are various advantages of internet, but what the particular thing is being promoted, or you can say that the aspect is being promoted, that the concept of viruses, or the concept of harassment, or the concept of frauds has been gone to a scorching rate just because of with the evolution of the internet. Now, let us come to a very important aspect of the particular slide, and that is your internet protocol. What is internet protocol? Internet protocol or set of rules for routing and addressing packets of data so that they can travel across the network to arrive to the correct destination. It is a set of rules for routing and addressing packets of data so that they can travel across and arrive to the correct destination. It is basically, you can say, it is a kind of a protocol or an address, just like your address also. Your laptop also have an address, and that particular address, just to search that address, those HTTP client, like in HTTP client, what is going to do? HTTP is going to send a request to your HTTP server, and from the HTTP server, is the particular information is going to be responded in such a manner that the same particular aspect, say for example, this at the left hand side of your particular laptop is there, and on the right hand side is the HTTP server. So when an information www.google.com is being typed onto it and you just press enter, the request from the client HTTP will go to the service HTTP, and from the service HTTP, it is being identified. Okay, from this particular computer or this particular laptop, this request has been arrived. Now it is a kind of a one-way communication. Now, as a kind of feedback, the HTTP server will do what? It will actually transfer or respond to the HTTP client. Thus, to begin with the aspect that HTTP is, or you can say that the internet protocol is basically a kind of an address of your particular laptop or particular system, or on which you are trying to establish the internet facility. Like you can just associate it with an example of a postman. Uh, the postman, or how will the people know that okay, your address is this? So, for unlike you have address, the particular laptop also have an address. What is a network protocol? In networking, a protocol is a standardized way of doing certain actions of formatting data so that two or more devices are able to communicate and understand each other. See, basically, protocol is a kind of pursuit wherein you are going to be made understood by the two devices, and understanding will be developed. Okay, this information is being tapped and that is being tapped at random. What is an IP address and how does the IP address work? An IP address is a unique transfer, unique identifier assigned. I have already told you that there are particularly address like 192.168.11. This is basically the IP address. Say, like you must have seen in the lower bottom of your particular aspect that okay, this is uh, requesting 192.168.11, and this is actually requesting the main HTTP server to establish a connection onto a particular website. IPv oblique IPv1, IPv6, Basically, these are the versions of your IP addresses. IPv4 is a short, and it was the very first aspect. What are IP packets? IP packets are created by adding IP header on each packet of data. The IP packets are created by adding an IP header to each packet of data before it is being sent on its way. Like on every letter, there is an address being noted. Before sending the packet or before sending the information, the main server is going to create a packet and going to write the address of your particular IP and all, that okay, on this particular piece of information is to be transmitted to these particular laptops, and the thing goes at large. So IP packet is kind of packet with that is going to have a header, and onto it the information is being jotted down. That is, now there are particular IP header also reports IP length, IP the packet length, the time to live, basically the transport protocols and all. In totality, 14 fields are there. I'm not going to just make down all the 14 of it, but some of them have been mentioned below. Advantages of Internet Protocol. Now there are particularly the advantages of protocol also. Advantages of the protocol: IP as a transport protocol can operate on many network infrastructure. It is not bound to a specific technology or topology. See, basically, as you can see, that your laptop can be connected to n number of wireless networks and all. Just you have to type your particular address onto it, or connect your particular laptop or particular device to a particular wireless and all, and your thing gets connected. Because your laptop, say for example the laptop on which I'm just communicating with you all, if I try to communicate it with a wireless, I can communicate it via wireless. I can use my LAN thing also. I can also use my those kind of your dongles and all. I can use my Wi-Fi wireless networks also. So at with a one particular device or a protocol, you can connect to the many aspects. Okay, yeah, there is no specific infrastructure for it. So this is the advantage of it. Second, IP traffic can be transported on virtually by existing network equipment and is not limited to a specific device and requirement. This thing has already been said to you. IE protocol can coexist on other network protocols also. Yes, on other network protocols also, you can just use a hotspot and all to connect your devices and all. Last but not the least, IP as a protocol basis covers an average of IT world. Example, PC may participate in the AV stream exchanges on concurrently using the other devices, although some of the network are connected. So basically, it is a kind of the live streaming of anything can be done by using a protocol networks. Now, the disadvantages, like there are everything has a disadvantage. Internet protocol also have a disadvantage to it, and that is SVN attacks. What are SVN attacks? Under this system, the user contacts a server which then sends a response back to the user asking the user to confirm the connection. The computer uh, hosting the connection wait for 75 seconds and receive the response of acknowledgement to compensate for network slowdown. SVN attack work by sending the first request but not the second over and over again. This monopolizes the computer resource. So basically, what is happening is that is SVN attack is a kind of an attack onto which, like you have seen that okay, the aspect is that the information is being typed. You type www.google.com. They ask for the permission from the main server that can this particular site be opened on this particular IP address. Wait for 75 seconds, and then it just starts opening the thing. Now, SVN attack will work in such a manner that the request will go, but it will never come back again. And the connection will go tip and you won't be able to connect and the sign of say error, or you can say no network facility will come, and this is a very big issue. Secondly, sequential monopolization. The internet protocol keeps the packet of information in sequence. If the user goes offline either by malicious user design, basically it's a internet protocol keeps the packet of information in sequence. Sequential manipulation is a kind of a thing. The manipulation aspects of whether which information should come first and which is the second, that has been a kind of a disadvantage. Amorphous identification, DNS flaws, that is the domain name service flaws, and it is one of the most biggest disadvantage of IP address, that uh, is a way of looking up the IP address for domain name. Internet protocol can use to communicate IP address requiring the internet communication to occur through the DNS. This flaw can be exploited by rewriting the domain. Basically, at times, what happens that the main domain onto which the from which the site is going to be opened, uh, the name aspect of the domain, or you can say for example the Google, the domain aspect of it, it gets corrupted, and when that thing happens, the protocol automatically gets failed. Let us come to another very important aspect of your browsing. Browsing is basically an act through set of information quickly without a specific sense or purpose. In order of context or internet, it usually refers to the World Wide Web. It is basically, you can say that browsing is a kind of a methodology by which you will be able to browse a particular site onto your net. Browsing context is basically typically means using the web at large. uh, One of the advantage is that you will be able to get information from various parts of the world and all. Searching, just have a aspect of your searching and all. Let's have a thing that what is searching, and searching is a very essential element of any of us. Say for example, when you search something to find a particular thing in your library book and all, what you do is you actually search many of the aspect or many of the books. The same thing you do on internet also. But one of the biggest aspect of searching is that error 404, dealing with non-existing pages. Search engines are not infallible to up to date. Here, what to do in case of error. Search engines only up to date their database occasionally. It is quite a bit work on index the entire internet. Sometimes links go stale and the web author revises the site and move around. Sometimes the site will disappear and will go off the business. See, error 404 is basically a kind of an error wherein the database is being updated, but the site is not being updated, and kind of a construction is being, say for example, when you just have the error 404, what is being written? It is being written error 404, and this particular page does not exist or is under construction. So this type of problem always occur while searching a particular net. Advantages of searching or using the internet at large: information on almost every subject, powerful engine of searching, ability to research, inform various level of studies. Disadvantages, I have already told you there are n number of disadvantages also. Let's make a quick recap of what we have read till far. We have read the aspect of what is internet. We have gone through the history relevance. We have gone for the importance, the advantages, disadvantages. We have also studied the internet protocol, advantages of and disadvantages of your internet protocol and all. Internet browsings, searching, that has also been covered at large. So that brings an end to my presentation, and I think to the best of my ability, I have tried to work upon that what was the concept of internet and how the searching and browsing takes place. In today's world, the internet has proven itself at a very large, and is proving by day and far. But students, the concept is that everything has a limit. If you do it in a particular way and with following particular norms, it is good for you. Otherwise, it can prove fatal. but I know that my students are worthy enough to do things at their particular convenience, and they will do it in a very better way. If you are having any kind of doubt with my presentation or any of things which is not clear to you, you can come to me to my cubicle or can ask me any question on WhatsApp or email to me the content. uh, but do come with your doubts, don't shy away. Till my next lecture, thank you.